sky.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. I am pain.
Good evening, ladies, boys, girls, ghosts, ghouls, family, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sacrificial Terror Podcast. I am Sam, I am Mason, with the always beautiful and fabulous Miss
Zombie Barbie.
And my brother from another mother, Mr. Incomparable himself, Lance the Flair Wagner.
Woo!
And tonight we have a very special guest. We have Miss Malvolia.
Yeah!
The Queen of Screams herself.
There you go.
Jenn Nangle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, thank you.
So you and I are going to be working on Winter Haven together. You've worked in the same circle I have for a little while with Alex Huang and a few of the other guys out there. So tell me about what you have going on right now.
Oh, right now I'm just kind of diving into season 3 of Malvolia. I have some other projects kind of like in the works, but nothing's like super set or anything like that. But yeah, just Malvolia. It's Malvolia season. So that's what's going on.
Perfect
season. October's coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
Perfect season. How that whole thing start? Was that through 1031?
No.
Queen Malvolia goes back before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had originally written a treatment for a film franchise, and when I got the feedback back from the director, he didn't like it. He didn't accept it. But one of the producers thought that I had something going for me, and he said you should really expand on this. And so because I wasn't under the franchise restrictions, I was like, well, I want to talk about something that nobody's talking about. I want a subject that nobody's talked about in a long time. I want it to be like original and unique. So I went to Son of Monsterpalooza that year where they were honoring Elvira, and I was like so amazed at like how many people were standing in line for her, because I remember her back in the 80s, and I wasn't allowed to watch Elvira, you know. So I was just so amazed and in shock as to like all these people that were still huge fans of her. And I was like, wow, you know, this is something that nobody's talking about. Maybe I should resurrect it. Well, I stand corrected now. You know, there are horror hosts all around. But at the time I didn't know. And so I started to write this feature film based on a horror host. And then I was going through a Blair Witch Project phase, and I was like, I want to make her real. I want to make people believe that this is real. So I was like, oh, let's just do a web series. So I was going to do a 6-episode web series and do the feature film and then just be done. But on January 1st of 2017, I released the photo of Malvolia, the iconic one where my arms are stretched out, and everybody was like into it and loved it. And I have gotten praise ever since. So I was like, well, I can't kill her and dye her out now.
Right. And that's the first time I saw her.
Yeah. And then, I finagled my way into fun.
Well, and Zombie was actually a host for a while too.
Oh, very cool.
on local television here.
Oh, okay.
hmm
And what was the name of that show, Z?
I didn't name it, but it was called What the. And so, like, in the beginning, he does, like, the guy's, like, creeping around looking in, like, a graveyard. And he's all, what the? So, but I didn't name it. But
Yeah, but people just eat that stuff up. Like,
They do.
they love it.
That's awesome.
I know when you told me the name, I was like, oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
But it's like, now it
Oh.
makes sense, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't think of, be anything different, but it was weird to begin with.
Right.
So for 1031-2, is everything shot for your stuff? Is that all done?
Yeah. I'm just a little segment in the beginning and at the end again.
Okay.
But we tried to make it a lot more fun and more interesting this time around. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So there's a first one and a second one?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the first one,
Okay.
and then part 2 will be coming out pretty soon.
yeah, the first one I was brought on like a week before they were supposed to be finished with it. Like I kind of, finagled my way in. I hit up one of the directors and I was like, how can I be a part of this? This looks super cool. And he's like, oh, well, it's already shot. But he's like, you should friend Rocky Gray. He's always working on something.
Wow.
And then maybe you could, get into it. So I messaged him and I was like, hi, I'm Jenn. I'm a horror actress. We could be friends, And
Nice.
like a couple days later, he's like, you know what? I could use you. So we shot my first segment for the first one real fast.
Oh, cool.
And then now we're on the second one.
Let's make sure everybody knows because I'm trying to get Rocky Gray on the show. Let's make sure everybody knows Rocky Gray was in Evanescence and is a Grammy Award winner. He actually has a Grammy freaking award and makes all this kick-ass music for all this indie movies. He is a man.
Okay.
Yeah, he does like the intro music for my Malvolia show. He scored that night for me. He also scored another film that's part of a horror anthology that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about yet. So we'll talk about that later when I can.
Wow, okay.
So I'm actually looking through your IMDb right now, and there's a few on here I notice that I've recognized that have already been released. One is 1031, obviously. We have Gore Theater.
Yes.
We have Ugly Sweater Party.
That's coming
Okay. That was with Kevin, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And then let's see, Two to Die For, Grindsploitation 4, and then of course Lilith with my friend Alex Huang.
Yes.
So he I worked on a film with him not too long ago, and we're really looking forward to Lilith actually releasing and coming out. So I can't wait to see that. And then you have House of Pain and For Jennifer, as well as the Paranoia tape series.
For Jennifer sounds familiar. I think that's out, right?
Yeah, that's out.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm a very, very small role in the audition room, the auditioning process. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Ugly Sweater Party, I played Sister Nips. I pretty much walked in and died really quickly.
I love that name.
Sister
That
Nips.
is so awesome. With 2 P's. With 2 P's, too.
With
Really?
2 P's.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
I'm dying to see Desert Moon, though. We had Kevin on last was it last weekend we had Kevin? We hadn't come out yet. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it was last weekend.
I was talking to him about Desert Moon, that you're in that.
Yeah, that's actually
So many people are in that.
That's my first lead in a feature film. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, like it that was such an experience just shooting in the desert, because I didn't know. I usually shoot like indoors or like out around here.
Studio.
Shooting in the desert is the worst. It's like super scorching hot during the day and then freezing cold at night.
I remember your behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, I remember all that. That was awesome. Labor of love.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. What an experience. But it was great.
And
it's
that had
a movie. It's pretty killer. Yeah.
I looked it up. That had Sarah French, Thomas Haley, Richard. I think I was telling you last week. Sam Richard Grieco's going to be in that one.
Yeah.
Julianne Prescott, who's one of Sam's co-stars.
Yeah.
And then Joe Netter wrote it. Was one of the writers.
Yeah, and he's actually in it too.
It is in it too. Okay, that's awesome. And then and of course Charles, your buddy.
Yep, Charles Chudabala.
Help me again.
Chudabala.
Yeah, I did. Kevin helped me with it too, and I screwed it up still.
See, and I'm going to be working with all of you guys on Winter Haven.
Yeah.
Gregory Blair.
Yeah, Gregory Blair wrote it, and he's also one of the cast members. And I was actually just released or announced as taking over the project. So I'm really excited to get this project.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we are going to be shooting that in New Orleans. And we're talking about turning it into a full episodic. So we'll see what we can do. I still have to reach out and talk to some people about that. But yeah, and it's funny you mentioned Richard Grieco again, because I was on the set with him as a stuntman actor in Cross 3, which he recently did. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I didn't get the pleasure of working with Richard. The day he shot was my day off. And I was actually really super sick that day. So I didn't get to really watch him in action, but I did kind of catch like a scene here and there. And he's a pretty cool, chill guy. So
he was so kicked back and relaxed. So I didn't even know it was him the whole day on set, because he was just another person there. So he was one of the leads. And so it wasn't until we were saying our goodbyes that, I was getting pictures with everybody, and I was like, hey, you mind if I, get a picture? And he's like, sure. And I was like, well, what's your name? And he said, Richard. And I said, wait a second, Richard Grieco? And he said, yeah. I said, holy shit, dude, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, man.
And he's like, oh, right on, awesome. So yeah,
that's hysterical.
That's so cool.
That was awesome. So let's talk about some of the
She did Inverted recently too, Sam. I'm sorry. She did Inverted.
Yeah.
And that's in post-production, Jen?
Yeah, it's in post. We shot that at the end of July in hot, humid Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
And I was in a black cloak the whole time. That was a great experience too.
Oh, shit.
Indiana.
It's a killer script. Like when I first read it, I was like, yes, I'm doing this. I cannot wait. This is something that people really won't expect from me. Well, now that I've done Malvolia, maybe, but yeah, it'll be cool.
Awesome. So when does Winter Haven start? Like when do you guys start filming? Not sure.
That's all Sam.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be starting in November. But I know we had some issues with the sponsors of the original concept and idea of it. So I think that's something that we have to work out. So yeah, at this point in time, I don't know the exact details on that. I've been trying to catch up on everything that I've got going on with Normal Terror and the podcast, and all the business side of shit that I've got going on with Normal Terror and the production company, and trying to get all that stuff figured out, that I haven't really had a chance to dive in with both feet on Winter Haven yet. But I've got to get with Gregory and the money people and everybody that runs things on the business side of things for Winter Haven, because before we start production, all of the business stuff has to be caught up, and I don't know what we have and what we don't. So right now it's kind of awesome. I was announced as taking it over, but I don't know where the fuck we're at yet. So give me a minute to dip my feet in and see how warm the water is.
There you go.
Feeling ever.
It's super exciting, but super overwhelming.
Yeah. Is Jen allowed to say her part, like who she is?
Oh, absolutely. It was already released before by the original person, Jack Hunter, who does Paranoia tapes, who started the concept. It's actually a concept of his from one of his feature film scripts that Gregory took and turned into an episodic. So,
okay. So what is your character?
Of course. I don't even remember what her name is.
Oh, no.
It was funny. When he even offered me the role, he's like, it's the role of, I'll say like Allison. And I went through the whole episode 1 and I'm like, there's no Allison in episode 1. Like, what are you talking about? What are you offering me? And he's like, oh no, it's this other character.
Which is funny, because I actually forced my way into the role as the mayor, because I kept telling him, because I'm doing the special effects mask for the Faceless Killer.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
And so that was how I got involved with it. And then Sacrificial Pawn Productions was going to produce the show, which we're actually going to be doing now. So, so it works out that way anyway. But yeah. And then like he posted the part of the mayor, and I was like, dude, I want that fucking part. I want that fucking part. Dude, I want that part. Jack, I want that fucking part, bro. And so finally, all right, you got it. I was like, for yeah.
That was a great post that day when I saw all these people that I know going to be doing a show together. That was
because you like all of them.
Yeah, I fainted. You know, one of those faint-worthy moments.
He was super excited.
Oh, Lance, you're the best. Whenever I'm having a bad day, Lance pops up with some like real nice positivity, kindness, excitement. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I try.
That happens all the time. That's why we couldn't imagine doing the show without Lance.
No.
Yeah.
He's a staple. He holds us together.
I just feel like when you go from point A to point B in your life, and however you got there, you know what I mean? It's just whatever success I have now from here on out, whatever. I just want to see people be successful. You know, I mean, I really do, and I don't know if people really get that someone could be so nice or he's too nice. I really truly want to see people be successful. You know, I mean, I just love to see people's smiles and.
Well, that's a very rare quality. So I appreciate it. I know a lot of other people really, really appreciate it. So thank you.
And it's really sincere. I'm not looking for nothing. Seriously, I'm not. I just want to see, like I think I told Sam, I probably told you too, when y'all make it big and get the big awards, I want you to say, hey, remember Lance?
Well, Lance is coming with us. So
Lance said we were going to win, and we did. So that's all I want.
But something you need to remember, Lance, is that you are coming with us because not only are you and Zombie going to be in Normal Terror, but you're also starring in my next film. So,
right.
And Jen, we've already talked to quite a few people that are interested in being a part of it. And if I can come up with something for you, would you be interested in my next film?
Well, of course I would. Absolutely.
Yes.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. So we're just going to be a bunch of family and friends hanging out and fucking filming the crazy shit that we're doing. So
y'all are my family.
That'll be awesome.
Don't get me wrong. There's a great script that's going to go along with it, and the concept is phenomenal. It's never been done, which I like to do. So, you know, speaking of which, let's talk about the indie world for a minute because you're primarily known in the indie world.
Yeah.
Which I love the indie world.
It's
I do too.
amazing.
Versus the studio world, I guess you would say. You know, they're two sides of the same coin, but very different in the aspects and the way they go about things. So, what do you think about all the stuff that's going on in the indie world right now?
I think everything that's going on in the indie world is great, and the reasoning for that is because everybody tells the story the way that they want to tell it. They don't have some big wig producer with flashy money telling you what to do or what to say or how to tell your story. They're genuinely telling their story from where they want to tell it and where they want to go with it. And that I think is great. I think when you mix a lot of studio stuff, it makes it a little murky. It makes it, I don't know, like, why did you make that decision? Why did you go that route? With the indie world, it's real, it's raw, and it's nitty gritty, you know, and I think people are really into that, and they're really into, well, I mean, not everybody, but, you know, there's a good chunk of people that really like the way that storytellers tell their stories, the way that they want to. So.
Absolutely.
Well, and indie comes from the heart, you know, it's like their passion projects. So you know that they really believe in what they're doing.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Everybody just got quiet.
Well, no, I didn't know if saying is that a good answer?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad answer.
Right.
Absolutely, every bit of that is true. You know, and from my perspective, especially being the storyteller, you know, I think it's something that horror is really needed. I think it's something that we've all been craving because we're getting reboot after reboot after reboot. And it's like, you know, when is the rebranding enough? When is just creating a a staple to bring your money in because of the name and the title and the people you're using, rather than actually creating something that matters. And that's what I'm trying to do with Normal Terror, is that I'm trying to create, the studios have taken away the ability to create another iconic character.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super tired of the remakes. I'm super tired of the random A-list, B-list, C-list, D-list name that's in it that doesn't make sense. I'm just tired of those. I really like it when somebody takes an honest approach to their story, because they can, and they just do what they want to do.
Right.
That's what I appreciate and like, because I mean, Hilary Duff as Sharon Tate.
That was, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Enough
that was
said.
just. Yeah.
You watched it. You watched it too, didn't you?
I did watch it, and I really, really thought it was gonna be more.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jen got a little too excited on that one.
I did. I was, oh my God, yes, that was great.
And that's another funny thing about the indie world too, is that some people absolutely love something or they absolutely hate something. There's no middle ground. It's great.
Well, and I didn't think, it's not that I was like, oh my God, I hate that movie, because I don't hate it. Like, I thought it was good, but I want to watch a movie with Sharon Tate that's really about what happened. They're starting now to change it to where, it's all fake, even, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, it was a great movie, but it wasn't all factual. Like, I want to watch exactly what happened.
Yeah. Like, I agree with you. Like, I read a review where somebody was like, well, it was really refreshing to see Sharon Tate, like in a live person, living her life, being who she was, because we tend to forget that. We just, a lot of times, just see her as the victim, as being rope around her neck, all that kind of stuff. So with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he made her real, like a real person that we forgot about. But you're right, it wasn't the truth. It wasn't the real story. It was the facade and the idea of it. So
it's like half the movie I'm Googling, did this happen? Did this happen? I wasn't sure. I'm like, did all this happen?
Great movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
Quint hit another home run on that one.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But almost all of Quentin's shit is a fucking home run because he's a great storyteller.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so who are some of your favorite actors and directors, and somebody that you would want to work with?
Hands down, J.J. Abrams.
Wow, that was quick.
He's my go-to man. In fact, I saw him like years ago. I want to say it was like 2006. I saw him at a Starbucks, and I so chickened out talking to him.
Aww.
Damn.
It was like when Lost was out or something like that. And like, he was like my number one. Like, I've always wanted to work with him, and I saw him sitting there, and I was like, I chickened out.
Oh, man.
Well,
he is the man.
He is the man. He is the man.
Star Trek and Star Wars? Come on. Come on.
Does it all.
Done it all.
Which is funny because my son and I went hiking yesterday at Vasquez Rocks, which is cool. Where parts of Star Trek was filmed. And so Lance is like, oh my God, you were there. And it's like 2 miles from the house. So
that's crazy. I really recognized it. I'm not shitting. I was like, that's where Kurt fought that freaky looking alien looking thing, I'd recognize that thing right away.
Well,
that was crazy.
When they used it as Spock's homeland, as Vulcan, I guess it was.
Right.
When it dissipated and his mother died and fell off the cliff before she was, sucked into the portal or whatever the fuck it is that they use, whatever they call it.
Okay.
The transporter.
Right.
What do they call the transporter?
Transporter.
Okay. Before they were able to fully transport her, she fell off and fucking died. And Spock went all nuts, right, in the new series?
Right.
Okay, so that was filmed at Vasquez Rock.
Wow, okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, man.
So who else, Jen?
Oh, back on me again.
Well, it's your interview.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so mad at whenever I'm put on the spot, I'm like, oh my
I
god.
do the same thing. I do the same thing.
I'll get anxiety and I'm like, my whole mind just goes blank. I'm like, fuck, I should know this.
And it's there. It's right there.
Yeah.
And then I always have my top 2, and then I'm like, oh god, you want more? What else?
I don't know, but I'm kind of digging the framing of my picture right now with the hand right behind my head. I almost look like Wilson.
That's good. Yes.
You do.
Yes. Wilson. Good stuff.
All right, my bad. Back to you. I'm sorry, Jen.
It's okay. That gave me time to think.
Right.
I mean, I'd be down to work with Eli Roth. I mean, if you forced me to, I would work with him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I just like the nitty-gritty horror people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Get dirty.
Get dirty. I like to get dirty.
That's right.
I'm always down myself in blood, so why
That's
not?
awesome.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Have you seen the new It yet?
I have not. No.
Okay.
It was good.
It was good?
Yes. I liked
I was
it.
thinking about the soaking in blood
Sam
thing.
didn't like it, but I really liked it. Even when she was in the blood, which we're not going to
Yeah,
give away,
you didn't-
but I was
You didn't like that? Sam didn't like it?
I want a part like that. That would be fucking awesome. Just
Yes.
a pool of blood.
Yes.
We can't hear you,
I
Sam.
liked parts of it, but I did not like the overall tone and texture of the movie.
Oh, wow. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
It's long.
It's very long.
Wow.
Before you start the movie.
Definitely pee before you go.
Oh.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to
Part
pee
2.
so
Part
fucking
2 is
bad.
3 hours. Yeah, it's a long movie.
All right.
Yeah, and don't sit with anybody that's gonna fucking jabber your ear off either.
Yeah. That was awful too. Well, I had some guy sitting next to me who tells me as soon as we walk in, me and my friend telling me he's The Rock's cousin. And he's pulling all these pictures and showing us all these pictures and shit. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. And he's like, oh, and this and this. And, you know, here's my dad and here's my family. And then like, here's my, what was it? A bulldog with this costume on and this and that. So finally my friend Googles bulldogs with costumes. And that's what popped up first. It was his fucking dog.
Oh.
And he's talking through the whole thing and he's doing like a Donald Duck sound. Like, I can't do it, but he's all like, ow, you know, like in Donald Duck sound. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Shut up.
Way to ruin it.
Yeah, just talking through the whole thing.
Just
The
3
Nick Drop
hours.
was the
Yeah, just
worst.
3 hours of a fucking Donald Duck next to me. It was great. I need to go rewatch it without him there.
There you go.
Fucking weirdo. Like, man.
Oh, man.
My lucky's probably already subscribed to the fucking show and he's going to see that too. Well, that was me.
Be like, I really am Rock's cousin. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Haters make me famous, baby.
He found me on Facebook too. I never gave my name.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he wrote me.
Stalker?
So it's in like the message requests, and I went on there. I was like, how the fuck did he find me? I am not friends with him. Like I didn't even tell him my name.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so he probably will watch the
I
show.
didn't hear that yet.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I thought I
ew.
group messaged you guys. Maybe it was Christina who I was with. I was like, that dude found me on Facebook, and I never said my name. So how the fuck did he find me?
I will fucking bury him, and we'll film it.
If I'm not dead first.
And I'll hashtag it Rock's fake cousin.
Rock.
Yeah, I was like, and I was totally buying into it until she pulled the bulldog picture. I was like,
Oh, dude.
really?
Fraud.
Yeah.
Don't pick the first freaking picture. What the hell?
Yeah,
I
freaking
know. At
idiot.
least going into the deep depths.
Yeah,
What
like
an idiot.
10 pages in. Find that bulldog, okay, asshole?
Might believe you. I might believe you then.
Yeah. I was like, man. Oh, stupid people.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So did-
But
I think Sam asked, like, who would you want to act with? Like, I mean, I guess you could say who you've acted with. Like, if there was a favorite, or if there's somebody you want, you haven't been able to work with yet.
Oh, you put me on the spot, huh? Choose my favorite. Oh, my
Well, I mean,
Oh.
it's like, no, it don't have to be a favorite, you know.
That's what we do. We go for exclusives here. Lance
We
is
do.
famous.
We do like our exclusives. We do.
You know, I'm gonna get a text message. Jen, why didn't you choose me? Why don't you like acting
Yeah.
with me?
That wasn't my goal, I swear. That wasn't my goal.
Hey, but that's okay because it's not live, so they're not going to know for about a month.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm safe for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit.
So we had technical difficulties that cut out the other people.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
all we got to say.
Well, I mean, I always really love working with my close, friends. Laura Jean, who was also Laura Jean Mumer. She's one of my best friends, and she's super, super talented. And Charles Chudabala, Hunter Johnson was always like the number one guy that I wanted to work with, because I ended up going to this kind of like web series interview. And when I came out of mine, one of the guys that was in charge of it, he's like, "Oh, Hunter Johnson's here. Have you met him?" And I'm like, "No, who is he?" And he's like, "Oh, he's his new up and coming film, To Jennifer, is coming out soon. If you want to work on something and get something done, you work with him." And I'm like,
"Oh, wow.
Oh, we're gonna be BFFs." So then I talk about stalking. I was like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, let's be friends and stuff." So we've ended up building up a really nice business relationship, which has been great. So he's definitely one that's great to work with. And then Thomas Haley working on Desert Moon was just awesome. I watched a whole lot of his work. It's always super shot well and just really interesting stories. And when he asked me to play the wife role in Desert Moon, it was like no brainer. Just do it.
And you wrote and direct her.
Yes.
Or you're going to direct, and Thomas will be in that, correct?
I have not finished writing it.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Wow, you really are going in there, aren't you?
I'm trying.
Talk about fucking stalker.
Yeah.
Geez, Lance.
I get to direct message her. I get to tell her to keep her chin up, and you're going to get all these badass roles. And
yeah.
Yes, I know.
It's happening. And it's happening.
Lance, I would be like in the fetal position in the corner crying every day.
I doubt it.
Well, no, I mean.
Part of the family. She's part of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been kind of alternating writing on 2 feature films to kind of be like my debut feature directorial. And of course it's going to be, women driven and all that stuff. They're both revenge films that I'm writing.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I'm just not a disciplined writer, which sucks. Like, there are those writers that like set time aside, like 2 hours every day to just sit there and write. So I try to do that. I just sat looking at the screen the entire time, like thinking about like cat videos and stuff like that. Like I just can't do it. So I know it'll all happen when it needs to happen, but
it's hard waiting. It sucks.
It really, really is. And then, like I'll be writing and I'll have notes and whatever, and I'm following my outline, and then I'm like, oh, well, wouldn't this be great if I just add this? And then it distorts the outline.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
I think the best advice I ever
beginning and then the end to kind of put together the middle. And I'm great at writing short films. It's the feature, that 100 pages. It's like, oh my God.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the best advice I ever got from Bill Rice, the director of Leprechaun 2.
Mm-hmm.
He directed 4-1 Liberation Front, which I was in. It was my first co-starring role in a feature film. And the best advice he told me is, he said, if you have a story, sit down, write it, and tell it. It shouldn't take you 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is that some of these people talk about how long it takes them to write this film. If you have a story, sit down and write it, and you can always come back and edit it and rewrite it as you need to fix where you might have an issue or a problem. So when I sat down to write Normal Terror, I was done in 30 days. Now, it's gone through a couple of rewrites since.
Yeah.
And I've added and taken away to fit my actor's strengths and stuff like that. But, it really shouldn't take you that long. And I've really taken that advice to heart, when I sit down to write something. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll get back to it tomorrow.
Monday fresh.
I'm gonna make sure, Jen.
Well, I have to go to jury duty tomorrow, so I'll be 8 hours.
Ew.
Away. Yeah.
Oh,
God, that sucks.
You can just pull it up on your phone and start doing this shit.
I'm bringing my laptop. I ain't messing around. I'm bringing my laptop.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't do jury duty.
No, you just bypass
No.
it.
I don't register to vote, so they can't find me.
He's off the grid.
I think
That's
they
right.
can still, can't they?
Not if they don't have my address.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Under the radar.
I
A lot of
hide.
people don't respond, and therefore they don't. But I'm like, what? I'll be the person that they arrest, that we'll make an example of.
Right? You didn't come to jury duty. You're going to jail.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't see anywhere in the Constitution where it says I have to fucking go to jury duty.
Truth.
Just because you want to try to make me do something doesn't mean I actually have to fucking do it.
Then you'd be fighting that in court. So
Hey,
and
that's all right.
the system is fucked. So you probably wouldn't get off. You'd probably get in trouble.
Hey, I'll fight them motherfuckers too. Let's go. Come on, Dukes up. I'll bring my cameraman. We'll just go to town.
World star.
World star.
Oh man.
So two people I'm trying to effort on the show is Sarah and Josh Schultz, and I know you like them very much.
Yeah, I just Sarah just was in the Malvolia Halloween special for this year. We just shot that last weekend.
Right. That was last weekend.
I wanted to be in it too.
I was trying to get you in, but don't worry, we're still working. There's still time.
Hell yeah.
I was at work when they were filming, so I couldn't be in it.
Yeah, but that's okay. I still got stuff.
I was at work when they were filming,
Oh, okay.
so I wasn't able to take
Stupid
that time
work.
off of work. I know, right?
God, being an adult sucks.
Dude, this whole paying the bills thing is fucking bullshit.
Trust
A
me,
double
I
kick?
know.
No way.
Yeah, it sucks.
I just want to fucking make movies. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I know. I'm with you. Yeah.
Freaking jobs. Ugh.
Right? Fuck them. But okay, so let's talk about what some of your favorite projects to work on. What was it like working with Alex Huang and doing Lilith? Because you actually played Lilith, right?
Did I actually what?
You played Lilith, didn't you?
I did, yeah, in one of the segments. Yeah, I worked opposite Vernon Wells.
Oh, wow. Just Vernon Wells. You know,
That's awesome.
I didn't know who he was.
we caught hell earlier for that from Clegg, remember? Because we had Jason Buterin on, and he's got Kill Giggles coming,
Uh-huh.
and Vernon Wells is Giggles.
Oh.
So we were talking about that, and I remember from my childhood Vernon Wells being the psychotic motorcyclist that comes through the thing. So Clegg wants to call us out earlier and say, well, you should have known his first role was in Road Warrior. And I'm like, dude, so much stuff goes in and out of my head.
I know.
I remember it from being from Weird Science, I mean, that's just
Yeah.
basically the same character, but, God, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. He's a hoot. He's such a hoot. Like, at first, I didn't really know, like, how to feel him out and stuff. But then I started to kind of, like, tease him about some stuff, and he would kind of tease me back. And so we kind of had, like, this bond, and ended up being really great. And it was wonderful to just kind of sit back and watch. But also, he was an actor that I'm trained in Meisner. I'm a method actress. And it was really nice to work with an actor who wanted to play, wasn't set in his ways. He would kind of throw something out at me, and I would be able to take it in and then throw it back at him, and then he would take that. It was a nice kind of ping pong effect that we were doing in some of the moments of filming, which was great. It was wonderful. I think Lilith was a great experience. Working with Alex is always a pleasure. I did work with Alex back in May. All the months are like blending into one.
Yeah, they are.
In May on Unholy Attraction, which is a haunted house film that's currently in post as well. So, so Alex is always great, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I actually DP'd his scenes in The Butcher.
Oh,
So-
cool. Cool.
So yeah, I co-star in that film, and that's premiering in Shockfest in November. So we will be there at Shockfest in November. So we're actually considering doing a live broadcast from Shockfest at November.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fancy.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
because Zombie will be there with me. We're trying to get Lance to come. I don't know if he's going to be able to come, but we're trying to get Lance and Sam to come. So we'll see what happens.
After her operation, that kind of set us back,
Oh, yeah.
but she's getting better. So
Good. That's all that matters.
getting her sassiness back. She got me good yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah.
smart ass, you know. So yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's about that time of the show. Let's go ahead and do our special thanks and get this thing wrapped up. It has been an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show, Jen. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
she's
do
so
too.
nice. She's so
It's so
nice.
sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I can't wait to work with you on Winter Haven and anything else that we may have come up. So, who is it, what is it, what would you like to promote or shout out to, or give your thanks to?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. I want to thank everybody that has worked on all the projects with me over the past couple months.
There you
It has
go.
been a whirlwind of a ride, but we've been killing it. And
Literally.
definitely check out Malvolia season 3, Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. I'm hosting a slew of killer short films.
Awesome.
I've got some skits involved, and the Halloween special is going to be killer, just like it always has been the past couple of years. And then I also have another series. It's called Morbid Moments with Malvolia through morbidlybeautiful.com.
Okay.
And that will be premiering September 25th, 29th, that Wednesday, whatever that is. It's coming really quick. And those are like real quick, short horror films that I host. So that's what's going on.
And where can people find you and your stuff online?
So everything is at Queen Malvolia. So Facebook.com at Queen Malvolia, Twitter.com at Malvolia, Instagram.com at Queen Malvolia. And then on Instagram and Twitter for me, it's Jennifer_Nangle, or on Facebook, it's just Jennifer Nangle.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, Lance, take us out, brother. What you got?
We'll say the primetime horror show should be. We probably have an episode or two now. So, but that's Thad Timothy, Lance Dale, L2, and David Martin. Get ready for there. It's gonna be a fun show. Under the Sacrificial Pond production umbrella. Let's see. Damon
Family,
Williams.
brother.
That's
Family.
right, family. Damon Williams, Scott Williamson, James Blankenship. Guys are always on top of our episodes. Back there is the gas station. It's in Bastrop, Texas. Is going to be they're the host of the Cult Classic Convention in February. But you can go there now and get some barbecue. You can actually stay in a bungalow in the back and have Leatherface wake you up. So that's kind of cool.
You had their shirt on earlier.
Yes, that was their second verse. I have a shirt with that on it. And then, but with all my social media stuff, I talk about Lisa and Roy Rose all the time. They're the best. They're the ones that run the gas station and own it and all that stuff.
And I'm hoping to premiere Normal Terror there if we're able to get it done in February.
Valentine's Day weekend, Jen, if you can make it to Texas. That's when that convention is.
Hell yeah, find me a sugar daddy. I'll be there.
Let's see. Just want to say thank you to Chris Attella, who does our music, our intro, outro. Matthew Price Thompson, who does our graphics. We'll need to get a picture from you, Jen, because he'll make you look awesomer than you already are.
I'm sure
Oh
if you
my
see
God.
artwork,
Yes.
And so yeah, we'll need to get that from you. And want to say get a copy of
Yes.
my co-host book.
Woo.
It's a legit book too. It ain't no playing around. But it is legit. So it's the first of a series. Jen, if you can see it, Broken Halo.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm ready.
That's right.
Yay.
So
Yes.
It's on Amazon.
you can
Can
get it can
I
be
download
bought.
it from Kindle?
It
It is. Yep. It's pre-order Kindle, and it comes onto your Kindle on the 7th.
Boom. I'm going to go look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-order. So
and I want to say thank you to my co-host and my wife, who's off screen, not feeling too well tonight, Samantha Wagner. And Jen, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you making this work and getting on the show with us, because this is very exciting for me.
Yeah, of course.
We love you very much. And I love you. I love you guys. Oakley dokley, I'm done.
Woo!
Brienne.
As always, everybody you just said.
Right.
Matthew Price Thompson for doing our graphics always. He always keeps it going for us. Chris Atella for the music. Thank you, Jen, for coming on. You're super sweet and awesome. And Lance has talked so highly of you. So it was cool to have you on. My co-hosts and of course Miss Samantha. I love you all. And then my book, Broken Halo, on Amazon. So thank you to Crazy Ink Publishing and Aaron Lee for taking on my books. And
It's real. It's real.
It is real. It's so crazy.
That's
It's so cool.
And Broken Halo is the first book. It's been in the process for fucking 6 to 10 years, and it's copyrighted. So for all those haters out there,
yeah, these motherfuckers were trying to say I took the name from somebody that published this year. It's like,
I don't know if you can hear me. Let me turn that shit up. Let me turn it way up, way up, way up. All right, motherfucker.
Yeah. But as soon as we showed them all the proof, he shut the fuck up real quick. It's like,
smart to copyright it. Smart.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
got to.
Speaking of which, I have my copyrights and my certificate of copyright and my document of registration for the WJA for Normal Terror. So, woo-hoo! Because I ain't gonna have anybody tell me I'm fucking doing some bullshit. So, anyways, guys, it has been a great episode. Thank you so much for being here with Jenn Nangle, my co-host, Miss Beautiful Rhiannon Nicole Barbie, and Rhiannon Nicole Barbie.
You must be
tired. Dude, I'm fucking exhausted.
I bet.
So, I got so much shit going on and everything. But you guys, it's been a blast as always. I love recording with you guys. Thank you to everybody Lance said. Thank you to everybody that Jen said. Thank you to everybody that Zombie said. And we're out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.